The fuck was even that? What was Skibbity Boo?
That was the weird kid from Louisiana. He would only talk in.
We're back. What episode is this?
18. No idea. I don't fucking.
This is 4, right?
Sure.
Or 3? 3 or 4?
I can just say whatever and then be wrong.
It's 4.
Bro, they didn't have Drake White. I still think it's hilarious. His name is Drake White. 'Cause you just say Drake and people think of Black Drake.
Who the fuck is Drake White?
I told you who he was. I showed you the song I wanted to sing.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So
he's a country singer.
Yeah. You're right. You white.
I think it's just funny. His name is Drake White. It's like, oh, you don't need to specify that he's white. No, his name is Drake White.
No, yeah, that's his name. Not a racist. I'm just clarifying which one it is.
Yeah.
It just so happens that he's also white and the other one isn't.
And then you like shift over to talking about Black Drake.
Yeah, and then they're like, wait a minute. Why does Drake White's skin tone come after the name, but the other one is Black Drake? Why do you preface it with black first?
You mean colored people?
I feel like that's way more offensive.
It's called people of color.
Yeah, I feel like that's more offensive. Everything's offensive.
Everything's offensive or nothing's offensive.
Everything's offensive.
No way around it.
Speaking of offensive.
It just depends on you.
I had an offensive thought earlier.
A lot of these thoughts are offensive.
Yeah, this one's good. I was like testing it out and like pawning this thought off on like family, and just to like I wasn't giving them the full thought. I was just giving them the premise essentially, and immediately there was backlash of like, don't ever say that out loud. So now I have to say it.
You
out
racist
loud,
piece of shit.
Record it and post it online.
And then tag them.
And then tag them all.
Send it to all their friends.
So here's the offensive thought: is that I think
correct. You are correct.
Exactly.
Done. See you guys later.
That's the end of the episode. My thought is that women invented gaslighting.
Women invented gaslighting.
Yeah, I think they're the first ones to do it, and I think I know why. And so hear me out.
Let's hear it.
I think it's because way back when, women were at home all the time, and men weren't. Men had all the freedom in the world. They were fucking assholes. They'd get home late after just meeting up with their secret family that wasn't a big secret.
Yeah, a whole family was not even
whole family, whole set of other kids, a whole wife and a dog. He'd get home, he'd fucking just dinner's not ready.
And he'd get over there and be like,
breakfast's not ready. And she's sitting there at home all day. She's angry. All day, every day.
Pretending to vacuum.
And this is every woman across America, right? All of them. Husband goes, works, drinks, meets up with secret family, comes home. She's there all day, angry. And eventually, they get the idea. Well, how do we get out of this situation? Well, we need people that can make big, powerful decisions, but we can't even vote for these people. So what do? They start planting the idea. They start agreeing with their husbands a little more. The husband's like, I kind of like this guy. He's a Republican, blah, blah, blah. And they start going, yeah, I like him too. But he's probably not going to win. You guys don't have the votes. I mean, if only we could vote. And then husbands get the idea and they go, yeah, what if women could vote? They're stupid. They'd have to vote the way we tell them. They don't know anything about it. And then eventually a slew of Republicans and Democrats all get together and they all think that they have this genius idea. Let's let women vote and we can manipulate them into voting the way we want. This happened in 1919. We were gaslit into giving them the vote. But it didn't last long. Why? Because women overshot.
Hold on. I feel like you misinterpreted what gaslighting means.
They gaslit us. So here's what I mean by they gaslit us. They tricked us into thinking it was our idea and that it was a good idea.
Yeah, they just tricked us. They didn't gaslight you.
That's gaslighting. They gaslit us. Here's how, and that's why I said they gaslit us, because they planted the seed, and then they were going, yeah, but shame we can't vote. That's the gaslighting.
Yeah,
part.
that's absolutely not gaslighting.
They were gaslighting. They were gaslighting the whole way. No, they didn't. It wasn't perfected yet. This was the growth of the gaslight.
I think you're gaslighting me.
No.
By pretending to.
This is the growth of the gaslight. This is where it began. It wasn't fully fledged. It wasn't as powerful.
So
as
they
now.
weren't gaslit.
They were gaslighting. They just didn't even know it yet.
They were just gassed.
They were gassing. Yeah. They were gassing.
They were pouring fuel, but not lighting it just yet.
And 1919, we give them the vote, but it didn't. They overshot. They went a little too hard, a little too fast, because about just a little over a year later, like 13, 14 months later, men came back to the table and they were like, "Oh, okay, we can't do it. Only the white ones can vote. Only the white ones. We gave it to all of them. Only the white ones. That was our bad."
Wait, so what happened first? Were women allowed to vote before black people?
1919, all women are given the right to vote. All of them.
Even the black ones.
Even the black ones.
So the black men were already allowed to vote.
And the Native American ones and the Hispanic ones and the Chinese ones, all of them. And I know that it's probably like, why are you specifying those? Because 1920, they come back and they say only white women can vote. 1924, they come back and they say, all right, the Native American ones too. And then like 1940 something, so like 20 some odd years later, they're like, all right, the Chinese ones can vote. And then like 1963, they're like, nah, all right, the black ones too. But it took like 45 years of just slow little seeds being planted before men were like, all right, yeah, it's our idea to give it to all of them. And here's what I think. I think that every 40 to 50 years, women plant these seeds, right? And they grow it through gaslighting. And then they make a big move. 1960s, equality in the workplace, equal pay, right? All women at this point now get the right to vote, and women have all this like this huge surge of like power and independence. Boom, get the fuck out of the house, go to work. That's what they wanted, and we fell for it. Not saying that we were in the right ever before that. We were totally in the wrong. But men back then fell for it and were like, yeah, let's empower women. And we did that. And then another 40, 50 years later, it's around the 2010s, we've grown wiser as men. We've caught on to the gaslighting. We now practice the gaslighting. And we have gotten it down to a science where we made women waste their big gaslighting, their big 40, 50 year move. And instead of putting a woman into the president's office, we made them accept Caitlyn Jenner. We made them waste their gaslight on a man. I know. Technically not a man anymore. I get it. But we made him do that. And so my thought is that in another 40, 50 years, if we keep this up, we get to be like a house husbands.
We're going to reverse gaslight.
Yeah. We get to be house husbands, sit at home. All we got to do is cook, clean, and eat pussy. That's all you got to do at home. They're bringing in the big bucks.
That's already happening. Like a lot of guys just depend on.
No, but it'll be exactly reversed. They're going to go and they're going to have their.
They're going to beat the shit out of us.
They're going to have their secret families. They're going to beat the shit out of us. Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, eat my puss. And we're going to be like, oh no. Oh no. And we've reversed the gaslight. It's cyclical. And then we're going to lose the right to vote, rightfully so.
Starting with the white people.
Yeah. It's going to go in backwards order.
That is backwards.
It's going to start with the black people. The black men are going to lose the right to vote. And then the Chinese men and the Native American men, then the white men. Mexican men just never had the right to vote, according to history.
Well, they were in the census to begin with, so they.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
They probably deserve.
But yeah, it's gonna end up reversing, and then we're gonna gaslight, plant the seed that we should have the right to. It's cyclical. It's gonna go in order. But I think that women started it. I think they invented it. And I think that's around the time that it probably started. It probably started, if we look into history, it probably started way before then. But in recent history, I think that's when it was kind of coming into its own.
All I got from this is that now I'm 100% sure you don't know what gaslighting is.
What does gaslighting mean? Give me an example. Gaslight me. Gaslight me.
No, I can't because I don't.
Just gaslight me.
It's not something you can just intentionally do. It's just like the argument starts and then you're like, take the opportunity. But like you saying that all that is gaslighting.
Not okay. I might have misspoke.
No,
I meant to say that it was the creation of it, not that it was fully fledged gaslighting. But it's how it.
The gas was never lit.
I feel like you're gaslighting me now.
So you get the premise of it then.
See, that's what I'm saying. It was, but it starts with planting the seed.
It makes you think that you're wrong about something. You're making them think that they're right.
No, they were making men think that they were wrong.
What?
For not having given or for not giving women the vote.
It's like far fetched. Gaslighting is pretty straightforward.
I mean, it's the fucking embers of it. It's not a full fledged gas that is lit. It's a gas that's being fanned into lighting. Give me a great example. Give me any example of modern day.
This is it. We're having a conversation.
No, I understand
about the definition of a word. Like, forget about gaslighting. We're having a conversation about the definition of a word. I know 100% what it means because I just looked it up like 10 minutes ago, and you have an idea of what it means, and you're just using context clues to like narrow down, but you're pretty sure as well. So we're both really sure. But I know that if we Google it, this isn't going to be the definition that you thought it was.
All right.
So I now think that you're fucking with me because there's no way you would be this certain about something I didn't actually know for sure.
The trick is to give actual dates, mix in the trick with all
the trick is to just be confident in any way.
No, well, but be confident in stuff that like can be researched, right? Where it's like, okay, 1919 and 1920, giving all these like exact dates.
Sure.
I mean, maybe not exact dates, right? I wasn't like June of 1919, all women got the vote, but by August of fucking 1920, which is actually accurate, it was reduced to just down white women. You mix it in with the bullshit of the joke, and then that's the gaslighting part where you make it so ridiculous.
Yeah, you lost me at some point because you said like 1919, all women got to vote, and then you said that like by 1940,
by 1920, so 19 and. We're actually talking about this. 1919, women were given the right to vote, but in 1920, August of 1920, it was ratified to specify only white women. So they were basically just changing the verbiage. So they were like, women have the right to vote, and they were like all women, and they were like, you know what we mean. But it caused enough of a ruckus that like just a little over a year later, they were like, all right, let's be specific. And then as time went on, like 1948, I want to say maybe I might be, or 45, they specified Native American women and then Chinese women and then black women by the 60s. I think Arizona was like the last state to be like, all right, the Native Americans can vote. But yeah, that's kind of how the history of that went.
Nope, still don't care.
All I was getting at is that we made them waste a big opportunity for women, for like a woman's movement that we end up doing every 40 to 50 years. They wasted it on Caitlyn Jenner.
Sucks to be woman.
Could have had a female president. Instead, you guys have Caitlyn Jenner as Woman of the Year.
I wonder if more women vote than men.
That's a good question. I doubt it. I think, and I don't even think it's women versus men. I think it's a generational thing. I think this newest generation doesn't vote as much. Our generation doesn't fucking vote.
So obviously we're only on the people that vote. Doesn't matter how many people vote. What matters is the percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Who votes more?
You've never voted, right?
Nope.
I've never voted.
Fuck this country. Fuck the world. Fuck everything. Fuck Hitler.
Well, all right. Don't. All
right. Fuck Biden. Fuck Trump. Fuck Obama.
No, that's not what I meant. I wasn't advocating for Hitler.
Wait, hold on.
I wasn't advocating for Hitler. I was saying, don't throw in all these horrible things, but then mix in with like a really good one, like oh yeah, man, fuck everybody, fuck the world, fuck this country, and fuck Hitler. Am I right? Because then it's like, yeah, but no to the. Yeah. you you're like, let me get you with all this. It's like that's gaslighting. That's got to be a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely doesn't know what this.
No, I don't know what gaslighting means.
You know what? The best argument, not the best argument. One, it has to be an argument.
Does it have to be an argument?
Yeah, because somebody's got to get heated. That's kind of like the whole premise of
that just feels like tricking
the
somebody.
fire. Yeah, you sort of are. Like calling a woman crazy.
That's not gaslighting.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I see where you're going with it. Never mind.
If you're already having an argument and you're like, no, like you're fucking crazy. This never happened.
Yeah, that's the gaslighting part. Is that
100%.
never happened part? Yeah. Okay, I can see it. I see that part. But you don't think it's a little bit gaslighty to be like, just as an example, hey, fuck this country, fuck the world, fuck all these people, and fuck Hitler. You agree with me, right? It's a little gaslighty because you want to say, yeah, I agree with you, but also I don't agree with you. And then to be like, you don't agree with me? Hitler's like a horrible person. You're like, no, that's not the part I don't agree with.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I got it.
No, that part was never said.
Oh, no, but I'm saying I got it. I know what it means. Sorry. I can't. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with. But all right.
He wasn't fucking with me.
Look, I gaslight.
Now you're just gas.
I gaslight all the time.
Now you're just lighting the gas.
Gaslight all the time. It's yellow, let it mellow. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, let it float around.
Either way, never flush.
It's the motto in this house. You'll never hear a toilet flush.
Not with me. I flushed 10 times.
Now when you go, all the chains in the tanks have been removed. So zero chance. All the little
I put my hand in there.
all the caps.
I lift the flap
all the
up.
caps welded.
Well,
Replaced with a metal cap, welded. Ain't no flushing in this house. If you don't want that poop in there,
I'll stuff it down the
you better
bathtub.
fucking. You can do that. That's fine.
Waffle stomp it in there.
You can fucking waffle stomp it in there, but no flushing. That's why I only poop and pee.
Oh. Speaking of
shower.
restrooms, I thought of this other mundane poll.
Are we doing polls?
Today's mundane poll. I always see them on. It's funny. It's an Instagram page called "Shit You Should Care About," and it is shit you should care about, like mundane polls.
All right, you've
I
got
actually
my
came
attention.
up with this one on my own.
Okay,
Because
got my
I was
attention.
at a public restroom, and I washed my hands. I was drying them. It was one of those air dryers. You just press the button, just like in school.
Oh, the old air dryer.
Yeah. It was. The poll is, in that scenario with that kind of dryer, no towels, no paper towels. Do you not use it because you think it spreads a lot of germs, which has been proven, but I don't care. And you just go, or just let them air dry. That's all one. Or do you use it, and for how long? Do you use it until your hands are completely dry, or just enough to get like the big droplets off, and then you just kind of like.
Can we just let's get one thing clear? Those things, those old school, they don't dry your hands. It's the equivalent of just you going on your hand. It doesn't do anything. But to answer your poll, I push the button and I get all the big droplets off, and then and I do one of these
So you
anyways.
get the germs of that, and then you get the germs of
and
your
then I
pants.
spread it onto my pants.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't push with my hand. I push with my elbow.
Sure.
Yeah, that's how. That's with those. That's how I go.
With those,
I don't know why. I don't know why that's how but that's just what I do.
That's good. Good habit.
It's a weird habit, I think.
They do dry your hands. They just take a while. I spend.
You just
all
gotta
day
push
there.
it 16 times.
Yeah, you usually takes at least 2 pushes of a button, sometimes 3. The best way is if they got the double one and you hit them both and you just one hand in each. And you're just like, yeah. But then I like taking my time there because your hands at the end feel nice, dry, and warm.
And
You're
soft.
just like, yes, clean hands, nice and dry. Excellent.
I don't know about clean. We just established they're covered in germs, but they're
We're
dry.
assuming you're drying it because you wash your hands. I don't know, dipping your hand in toilets.
That for whatever reason just triggered this really weird memory.
Waffle stomping in public restrooms.
Do you remember when we were in elementary school, I think it was like
Waffle
fourth grade.
stomping.
Yes.
The atomic flush.
I have so many weird stories that happen.
I really wonder if that's a real thing.
But what, waffle stomping? That's a real thing.
No, the atomic flush.
Oh, I don't know. In elementary, in around fourth grade or so, do you remember we had like a water park day in the back of the school?
Who was my fourth grade teacher?
I think we had the same teacher, Sarmiento, maybe. I don't know.
She was second grade.
Rodriguez. I don't know. They all have the same.
Damn, bro. All right, I'm gonna circle back to this later, but continue.
So we had like a water park day, and in the back they had, water park stuff, a bouncy house, a cakewalk.
Vague memories.
Do you remember cakewalks?
Yes.
I don't.
What is a cakewalk?
I don't remember the exact rules of it. I just know that it was like people would bring in cakes, and then you would roll. I think it was like you roll dice. You would get 3, and you would do 3 stats. It was almost like a Monopoly-esque thing, and wherever you landed, it determined the cake that you won.
Maybe.
It's a weird. I don't know. Fuck.
Like I can't completely dismiss it. I feel like there's vague memories in there.
Yeah, it's very, very vague. But there was a bunch of stuff, and I remember they had told all the students. They were like, "Hey, make sure that you bring extra clothes." Our parents had to like fucking sign a little waiver. Hey, it's cool. They can get the. My parents signed the waiver. They did not read the waiver.
Excellent. Neither did you.
As all parents who are super concerned and give a shit about their kids do.
Or just minimally give a shit.
I knew that I had to bring extra clothes.
Mm-hmm.
My parents did not know this. Therefore, the day that I had to bring extra, I didn't fucking remember. So I showed up to school, and everyone's got all this extra clothes in their backpacks. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck. I'm not going to be able to go and have the water park day with everybody. I'm going to be stuck. Because the way that they isolated you was fucked. They would just make you sit in the class and wait. They're like, just sit. No activities. Sit here and wait. Like a punishment. And I didn't want to do that. And so I lied to the teacher. The teacher was like, does everyone have extra clothes and stuff? Yes, I do.
She probably just went along with it because she didn't want to have to babysit you.
Probably. And then went out, did the water thing, and got all, it was fucking soaking wet. And we didn't have school uniforms at the time. It was still jeans and whatever T-shirt you wanted or shorts or what it was, whatever you wanted to wear. And we get back, and now we're in single file line in the restroom with our backpacks. And the teachers monitor, like they're all right. You 3 go. There's 3 stalls. You 3 go. Change. So I go. I got nothing to change into. For whatever reason, I still got naked.
Nice.
I was immersed in the lie I was about to deliver, and I put my wet clothes back on.
Nice.
And the teacher's now sending two kids at a time instead of 3 because I'm taking too long.
You took too long?
And I go out.
What are you doing? Changing in there?
I was thinking of the lie. And I get out there. And
my
the
dog
teacher's
ate
like,
my homework.
The teacher goes, what the fuck? Why are you still wet? She didn't say what the fuck, but she might as well fucking said it. She goes, why are you still wet? We could go change. You've been in there forever. What were you doing? And I go, somebody stole my clothes. This is the dumbest lie. But my fourth grade mind was like,
what took you so long?
And she was like, what do you mean somebody stole your clothes? And I was like, I don't know whoever went in there with me. Maybe they didn't bring clothes. But as soon as I put my dry clothes on the bottom, they took it. that was the lie I went with. And she goes, what? And I go, as soon as I put my dry clothes, I put it on the floor because I was going to change. And they took it from the bottom.
Like from under the stall?
From under the stall. And she goes, why? And I go, I don't think they brought clothes. She goes, are you sure they're not the? Are you sure they're the ones that didn't bring clothes? And I go, why else would they do that? I was in it. I was like, I'm not fucking dropping the lie, bitch. And so I had to spend the rest of the day, which is fucked up, because they could have sent me to the nurse and they could have called my parents to bring me some clothes, because they could have done any multitude of things. I had to spend the rest of the day in wet clothes, just sitting there, cold. Someone stole my pants. And she was like, she tried to call my bluff. She goes, do you recognize any of the clothes here? They must be hiding it in their backpack. She's like, okay.
So they did bring clothes.
So they brought their own clothes, but we're like, well, we're gonna fuck with this guy and steal his pants. We're not only his pants, his socks, his extra shoes, his underwear, his T-shirt. presumably a jacket. It was a little chilly that day.
Knowing damn well that she was just standing outside the stalls and she could see down there.
And 100%, here's the thing too. She knows who she's sending with me. They weren't the right body type. Because I was a little bit taller in 4th grade. I had gotten a little growth spurt in. So one kid was a little too short, one kid was a little too fat. I was tall, malnourished. I was a tall, malnourished kid.
And had rinky-dink clothes.
Yeah, that was all hand-me-down clothes that didn't fit me anyways. So sure shit wasn't going to fit any of these fucks. She knew. And to this day, if ever I get to speak to that teacher again, I'm sorry. I don't know why I lied.
She could have just had you like stand in the air dryer. Just be like, stand there until everybody's done changing.
She could have just fucking been like, go to the nurse. The nurse is gonna call home. And here's why I know that they can do that. It's another elementary story.
So you can get hypothermia.
And my dad, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get hypothermia from going to the nurse, calling my parents for them to bring me clothes, or sitting in wet clothes all day.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Here's how I know. My dad would always bring this story up all the time, every year, like 4 times a year. When I was in elementary school, I think it was like I say it was like 3rd grade. My dad insists I was in 5th grade. It's very possible, but I shit my pants.
Nice.
I shit my pants, and the teacher was like, bro, what happened? And I was like, I was in the restroom and somebody grabbed shit and put it under the stall into my bed. No, I didn't say that.
No, I was already wiping. I pulled my pants up.
She was like, this again? Who keeps fucking with you under the stall? No, so she was like, what? You did what? I was like,
I pooed it.
I shit my pants. She goes, go to the nurse. Just no question. Just go to the nurse. I go to the nurse. The nurse calls my dad. The nurse called my dad. Not my mom. My dad, who was at work.
Yeah.
And he didn't think to call my mom and say, go pick him up. My dad was like, this motherfucker. So my dad is pissed. And he's driving to the school. And it's a little far. Because I live, you know where I lived, and it wasn't that far from the elementary school. My dad worked pretty far.
Yeah.
So I have to now sit in my shit. Actually, I wasn't even allowed to sit. I had to stand with shit in my pants. And there was a girl there who peed herself.
Nice. Best friends.
And yeah, exactly. And so we were talking and laughing about the fact that she was disgusting, not me. she peed her. She didn't know why I was there.
She was like, you want me to put some pee in your pants and you can put some shit in my pants?
Yeah. It was like jail a little bit. I was like, what are you in for? She's like, I peed myself. She's like, what are you in for? I was like, some asshole put shit in my pants. I'm being framed. And so my dad gets there. He sees me. He's mad. He's ready. Like in his mind, he's like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of this kid.
I'm gonna spank him soon.
Like, if he hadn't already shit himself, I'd beat the shit out of him. And so my dad goes in and he's ready to be mad, but he sees me there laughing and joking with this girl while I have shit in my pants. And my dad was so proud. He's like, this kid's got fucking riz, dude. The balls on this kid to be hitting on a girl with an ass full of shit to just be like, so what's your sign? What are you doing here? And so my dad is now laughing. As soon as he gets there, he's mad, gets there, he's laughing. He get in the car, and he didn't bring me a change of clothes, by the way. So I had to ride home with shit.
You're not allowed to sit either.
This whole time, I still have shit in my ass. And it's near the end of school at this point. That's how long it took my dad. So elementary school had me covered in wet clothes all day and in shit all day.
Nice.
And the drive home, the short drive home, my dad's just like, fuck is wrong with you, man? How are you going to be hitting on a girl? You got poop in your pants. And I was like, Dad, I wasn't hitting on her. We were just
hitting
laughing.
On me.
We were just laughing because she peed herself. And he goes, a fucking match made in heaven. Yin and fucking yang. And every year, for like 4 or 5 times a year, my dad would bring this story up. No matter, at any gathering. He'd be like, you want to know what this fucking mamon did? You want to know? Look what Mijo does. Shits himself. Still has balls to hit on a girl. I was like, I was in like 4th grade.
Yeah, like, man. I wasn't on purpose, bro. I was just like so stupid. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I just didn't. I was. Anyways, yeah, I was such a fucking stupid kid.
Someone took shit, put it in my pants.
It's to the bottom of the stall.
I swear. It was Freddy Krueger.
It's like, from now on, you change and shit at the urinals, dude. You can't be trusted.
You're not allowed in the stalls. This kid's a menace. A menace to society. A menace to the nurse. He's a menace to elementary schools everywhere. Be aware, he's going to go into your stall and steal somebody's shit and put it.
He's either gonna come out soaking wet or covered in shit. We don't fucking toss the coin.
Just keep extra underwear for him, at least.
Yeah, at that point,
also call his mom, not his dad.
My school list at the beginning of the year should have included an extra pair of chonies in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, they just got an emergency stash for you in class. You should have kept up with the lie though, like. I swear, like it happened.
That fucking guy came back and got me. Yeah.
Like at the end of the school year, you have like, have you seen this person? And it's just like some stick figure drawing. Beware, he'll put shit in your pants.
Watch it. He's just steal your dry clothes and sneak a turd into your underwear. It almost would have been better if on the day of the water park stuff, I shit my pants. It almost would have been better.
And there's just like a turd in the bouncy house.
Fucking get this kid out of here. We got to expel him something.
We can't prove it was him.
He keeps saying it's some imaginary fucking... We asked him to identify him. He says, I never seen him. He only comes through the bottom of the stall. What's his hand look like?
Freddy Krueger. And that one teacher's like, what if he's telling the truth?
The one conspiracy theorist teacher.
Yeah.
What if there's somebody out there?
Yeah, like actually
just putting shit in kids'
what if
pants.
It's another teacher.
Stealing their dry clothes. Putting turds in their chonies. Anybody could be next. What I really want to know, and what I hope, is that at some point, somebody told that same lie to that same teacher. Like a year or two after me. And then for her to be like, what are the fucking odds? There's got to be somebody actually doing it then.
It's the teachers.
Yeah. There's no way that this is two separate things that happened exactly the same. I can only hope that that's what happened. And that whatever many years later after, she was like, that kid wasn't telling them.
That motherfucker wasn't lying.
That motherfucker wasn't lying. And then she reaches out to me now and apologizes.
And then you hit her with the truth.
Yeah, and then I go, you should watch episode 3.
Yeah, I kind of stole your shit and I put it in my pants.
When I was in 5th grade, I came in my pants. I got sent to the nurses. Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't. Somebody.
Man, you ain't gotta go there. We already just know where
She's like, let me guess. Somebody reached down and no, worse.
Oh, worse.
Worse than that.
Someone came in my pants.
To the bottom of the stall.
They reached down.
This time was a little different. All I saw was a penis in the hand this time.
Yeah, it looked just like mine.
Oh,
and to top it off, they shit in my pants.
Fucking menace, whoever it is. It's a fucking menace. He strikes again.
Oh no.
Like, how many more bodily fluids can we fucking take? Oh God! All right,
we need to stop. Before it gets out of control. He came in my butt.
Well, what? How? I slipped and I fell on the floor.
I slipped.
Yeah, he came through the bottom of the stall as I was trying to get up. Oh. I'm fucking crying. Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Well, I hope work goes well for you tomorrow. Don't trust the stalls.
Yeah. Don't use the public restroom.
Use the public restroom.
No, here's the worst part. He struck again in my own
I
house.
was about to say.
This
I was
motherfucker
about to
sneaky as hell.
Last week he did it again
While I was sleeping.
while I was wide awake. I was just standing there so fast. This guy came in.
Like I felt a little rumble in my tummy, and before you knew it,
Boom, liquid poop running down my legs. He got me with a runner this time.
oh man.
And the worst part is the teachers are gaslighting me, making me think it's me doing it to myself.
I know they hit them too. They just don't want to admit it.
Oh my god. Oh,
And
no,
then
fucking sweating.
You grow up and you doing the deed with your wife, and then you shit yourself.
Motherfucker got me again.
What the fuck was that? Did you just shit the bed?
Once a month, this son of a bitch gets me. Everyone's just like, is he actually shitting himself once a month? Yes. Like a man. Like a man.
Every time we have sex, he shits the bed.
Every time.
We have to have sex with towels over. We have to have sex in the toilet. He just sits there and I ride him, and that's how we do it.
All sex is a blumpkin.
We just do it in the shower, pop a quickie, and then waffle stomp it. No biggie.
Because we don't flush toilets in this fucking house. All right, we're out.
That'll do, donkey.